Welcome along to this week's edition of the BoyleSports BetZone with me, Nigel Seeley. I'm delighted to say joining me, my old mucker, Flash Gordan Watson. How are you, sir?
Great FA Cup weekend. Doesn't get better than this.
FA Cup? What's your memories of the FA Cup?
Well, good and bad, really. I mean, I got to the final, 1993 with Sheffield Wednesday against Arsenal, two of the worst finals, but I was actually on crutches. I got injured just after the semi-final. We beat Sheffield United, and it was probably the first time that both semi-finals were played at Wembley. So, yeah, good memories, but we got beat.
I remember it famously. I backed Sheffield United to win the FA Cup that year at 80-1.
Sheffield United, not Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield United, 80-1 at the very beginning.
Deserve to lose your money.
And I remember you doing a John Terry with your crutches, going up to get your losing medal, mate. We put your tracksuit on. I remember it vividly.
No, I was properly injured. I couldn't get up no stairs.
Okay, let's have a look at one of your former teams in action. The first game on Saturday, 12:45. Bradford, surprising run to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. They're at home to Reading. Does the fairy tale end this week?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It continues. I mean, the pitch, they know exactly where to pass the ball, when to pass it. The pitch has got no grass on it at all. I see Bradford steamrolling Reading. I really do. Even though, I mean, listen, Reading got good plus having someone tactically aware like Steve Clarke, but for me, Bradford continue and they'll have their day out at Wembley.
Surprisingly, Bradford are the favourites to win this one at 6-4 at BoyleSports, despite being a division below. Both teams have scored in only 2 of the last 6 Bradford games, but at home, they've only lost 1 in 12, and that pitch is going to be a big leveller for them, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, listen, I see Bradford, they outpassed Chelsea on a decent surface. Then they go onto a complete cabbage patch at home. As I said to you before, they know what areas of the pitch they can pass, what parts of the pitch they can't pass. Massive, massive positive for Bradford City, and I only see them winning.
And if you're a fan of the heads-to-heads, it's all good for Bradford as well. They've only lost once in their last 5 matches against Reading. John Steed scored goals. 5 of the last 6 FA Cup games he scored. I think you'll score again this one?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they've got goals from all over the place, to be fair. They've got Billy Clark, he comes in from midfield. There's Billy Nottle coming from the left. But the boy for me is probably James Hansen. He's got a real knack of scoring in big cup games. And he's a good foil, you know. They go from back to front really quickly. So Stead or Hansen, I wouldn't put you off either.
If you are fancying goals, another good stat. Bradford only kept 3 clean sheets in 19 FA Cup games, and Bradford have only made 1 FA Cup semi-final back in 1927 when Flash, you won the subs bench on crutches in that game as well, weren't you?
Yeah, I was only a young, about 18, I think.
Exactly, good game. Okay, what score prediction are you going for?
I want to go for 3-1.
3-1 for Bradford. That keeps on both teams to score. Bradford to score 3. I think Bradford will win, and that's part of my enhanced treble with BoyleSports, which I'll come on to at the end of the show. 5:30 Saturday. We'll go through it again, Flash. Another 90 minutes of Aston Villa v West Brom. But surprisingly, though, the game in the midweek last week's 2-1 win was not a bad game.
No, I saw some massive positives for Aston Villa. A lot of energy. I've seen them so many times this year, and they've been dull as an understatement. I think they'll do really well. I think that I'd go with the home win again. I like the way that he's playing Benteke just a little bit deeper than Agbonlahor. They're looking to attack the back. No pace throughout the back 4 of West Bromwich Albion. I see Villa to exploit that, and I see Villa winning.
Surprisingly, the fact that Villa don't score many goals, only 4 of their last 10 games have actually seen under 2.5 goals. They've had some big hidings in that game as well, so that brings in that market as a negative. West Brom, though, 5 of the last 10 games under 2.5 goals. Do you expect goals in this one?
Yeah, I think we'll probably get the same type of result that we've had in the last couple of games, and I'll probably go with Villa to win either 2-1 or 3-1.
Villa have won 9 of their last 10 FA Cup home matches, which is a good omen for them. And 10 of the last 12 matches between these two sides, both teams have scored. Do you fancy goals? Both teams have scored.
Well, you've got to. Villa can't keep clean sheets, and I expect them to continue their scoring run. So, I mean, I like Benteke. Obviously, what a cool finish that was the other night. I expect him to score at some stage. So
Benteke will score for Flash is his best bet here. I'm going to swerve this one. I think it's a very difficult one to call, but I do think the value may be to go over the goals rather than the under, what everybody thinks. Okay, moving on to Sunday, 4 o'clock now. We're going to BT Sport. Liverpool at home to Blackburn, the shortest price of all the FA Cup quarter-finalists today. Do you see any way that Liverpool slip up on this one?
No, I've been really impressed with Liverpool in the last sort of 5-6 weeks. I think they've only lost 1 in 18 games. And in Jordan Henderson, Coutinho, Lallana, Sterling, Sturridge, they've got some real players on form team in the whole of the United Kingdom. So for me, Liverpool win this comfortably.
Liverpool actually only lost once in their last 27 matches. A great run there. 6 of the last 10 games, they've won 0. Do you fancy Blackburn scoring?
I wouldn't say for definite no. I think that Liverpool may well coast, but they might take players off and rest them when the game's safe, and then that brings in a Blackburn consolation. So I definitely see Liverpool winning over 2.5 goals for definite.
And both teams have scored in 6 of the last 7 games. So if you do fancy that one, if you fancy Blackburn to score, that's probably the best way to go. But Daniel Sturridge, 10 goals in his last 12 FA Cup games. When it comes to the FA Cup, Sturridge is the man.
I think Sturridge is the man anyway. He's only getting better. He's been out a long time. He looks fitter. The way that Liverpool are playing suits him. He threatens off the back and on the shoulders of people. So for me, I would say that Sturridge will definitely get chances. And listen, he's playing against lesser lights. So I expect him to get at least 1, maybe even 2.
Liverpool have only kept 3 clean sheets in their last 20 FA Cup matches. So that brings in the chance of a goal. And Liverpool have scored exactly 2 goals in their last 8 FA Cup wins. What about that one?
I think this could be a 3 or 4-0.
So more than 2?
Yeah, I do. I go over 2 again. I think it'd be maybe 3 or 4. And the movement, they're like the red arrows. They're really showboating at the minute. And I'm not a great Liverpool fan, but you cannot knock them. They look absolutely splendid.
And when it comes to quarterfinals of the FA Cup, Liverpool are your team. Their last 16 quarterfinals, they've won 15. And both of us here think they'll win this with a minimum of fuss. And I'm going for them to win to 0 at 21-20. That's an industry best with BoyleSports. If you can have a bet on that market, do it as a single or do it in my enhanced treble, but make sure you do it. What's the score going to be?
I'm going to go 3-0.
3-0 Liverpool, I agree with you. I think another 3-0 Liverpool, maybe 2-0, because they have scored exactly 2 goals in their last 8 FA Cup wins, and I expect they go to 9. Okay, the final game, Monday night. Probably the biggest game of the weekend, the FA Cup quarter-final between Manchester United and Arsenal. Man United, surprisingly, only lost 2 of their last 22 games, but they're not very good, are they?
No, they're not. I'm going to go for Arsenal. I cannot see Man United bluffing their way through this game. I thought, go with Liverpool. Arsenal, Liverpool and maybe Stoke. They're the top 3 form sides in the Premier League. So I've got to go with Arsenal. I think they've got too much quality. And Man United at the back, honestly, they would struggle to keep out maybe a League One side. So I'm going to go with Arsenal, both teams to score, but Arsenal to progress.
Arsenal very confidently for Flash, but when you look at the stats, Man United are unbeaten in the last 10 against Arsenal at Old Trafford, and the Gunners have only won once in their last 17 matches between the two.
Yeah, they seem to be clicking into gear, Arsenal, though, and they've got goals from wherever you like. They've also got Walcott coming back. They've now got Oxlade-Chamberlain. This is to go with Giroud. We could be here all day talking about Arsenal's strengths. Put it up against Man United's main weakness, which is their back 4.
Wayne Rooney, they haven't mentioned him. He scored 7 goals in his last FA Cup games. Wayne Rooney does do the business, and he's playing more in sort of forward role, isn't he, for Man United now? Will he score this one?
I don't think he gets into the box enough, to be honest. I think Man United's best opportunity is probably going to be from a set piece, because Arsenal, they're as good as they are, they don't like to defend set pieces. So I'd like to go with Arsenal, maybe 2-1. So both teams score over 2.5 goals, but Arsenal to go through. I
certainly like both teams to score. 6 of the last 10 Arsenal games, both teams have scored, and 5 of the last 10 games for Manchester United, both teams have scored. But when these two sides go at it, it's very hard to see them both not scoring. Red cards in 4 of the last 7 cup games between these two sides, and I wouldn't be surprised to see one of the teams, or if not both, ending up with 10 men. Both teams have scored for me. It's my nap this one. What about you?
Yeah, I think, listen, you've got to go with it. Arsenal don't keep many clean sheets. Manchester United, they're bluffing, honestly. They've got away with murder. So, yeah, as long as Arsenal win, I'll be happy, man.
And what is your nap with the 4 games?
Bradford to beat Reading.
I strongly agree with you. I fancy Bradford very strongly to beat Reading as well. I think 6-4 is a big price. They're very good at home, and Reading aren't playing very well. And my enhanced treble this week with BoyleSports is an 8-1 one, and it's Bradford to beat Reading. You can get Liverpool to win to 0, and both teams to score in Manchester United and Arsenal, which pays an industry best 8-1. Flash, pleasure as always.
Cheers, Nigel.
Good to see you. We're going to go and watch Flash's cameo performance in the 1927 FA Cup semi-final for Bradford. See you next week.